Hello and welcome to the 12-module Conversion Strategies series. Are you ready to grow your business? You're going to learn 12 different conversion strategies that will help you close more sales and grow your business fast. We're going to show you how to create compelling and irresistible offers, how to reactivate stale or former clients, how to eliminate risk, how you can create a drip campaign, along with a host of other strategies, some of which you may have never considered. From the start, I want you to see that you should be able to double and then double again your business's profits as we implement these 12 profit strategies together. But is that really possible? Do we really have to aim to double our profits every time we try something? Not at all. I'm going to prove to you right now that all you really need to do to double your profits are small incremental improvements across each of these 12 areas. Kaizen is the Japanese business philosophy of continuous improvement through small incremental changes. This explains the process you will use when applying these strategies. When you go through the modules, I want you to think in terms of small 3 to 5% impacts. Thanks to what we refer to as exponential growth, those small 3 to 5% impacts add up to dramatic increases in your revenue and profits. Let me give you some different examples so you can see how this works. If you have 100 customers and 200 former customers, send an invitation to the former 200 and include your new market dominating position, which we covered in our foundational strategies group. In that invitation, include an irresistible offer, which we'll cover in this training series. If only 5 out of 200 respond, which is a meager 2.5%, your revenue would increase by 5%. Remember, you currently have 100 customers, so adding 5 more is 5% growth. And with the right irresistible offer and a strong risk reversal, you might see 20 or 30, possibly even 50 of them want to come back. Now, will each of these 12 sessions double your profits? Well, some of them actually might, but we don't have to be concerned about doubling or tripling your business. Wouldn't you agree that if you actually implement just one conversion strategy in your business, you could easily see a 10% increase? And if we're being ultra conservative, wouldn't a 3 to 5% impact be a virtual certainty? In this Profit Strategies series, we're going to show you how to implement these 12 powerful modules. How to create compelling and irresistible offers, parts 1, 2, and 3. How to reactivate stale clients. How to close more sales by eliminating risk. How to offer free plus shipping with forced continuity. How to create a drip campaign that will skyrocket your revenue and profits. How to acquire testimonials that will sell your product or service without fail. How to create online reviews, the testimonials for the 21st century. How to create a website or landing page that actually converts a prospect into a client, parts 1 and 2. And how to create a bold promise with limited time to execute strategy. Let's see what happens if we project some realistic numbers to these sessions. Let's say we have a small business doing just $500,000 in revenue with a 20% net profit margin and a 50% gross profit margin. Those margins are pretty average these days. If we help this business to create a compelling and irresistible offer, and they only saw a 5% impact, they'd increase their revenue by $25,000 and their net profit by $5,000, right? But that's actually not the correct way to calculate their new profit. We should measure the impact using their gross profit margin. Why gross profit? This business has already covered their overhead expenses. They've already paid their rent, their insurance, their salaries, etc. So all future impacts should be measured using their gross profit margin, which is 50%, instead of the net profit margin of 20%. So this business will see a $25,000 increase in revenue and a $12,500 increase in profit, not $5,000. Now remember, they're currently making a net profit of 20% of $500,000 in revenue, or $100,000. So this additional $12,500 represents a 12.5% increase in profits. What happens when we find an additional 5% impact in this business using the reactivating stale clients strategy? Well, let's find out. Remember, you don't simply add the two 5% increases together. In reality, they compound on top of one another. Consider this example. If you achieve a 10% impact on $100, you now have $110. But if you achieve an additional 10% impact on $110, you now have $121. With the first 10% impact, you make $10. With the second 10% impact, you make $11. In our earlier example, our first 5% impact generated an additional $25,000 in revenue, but our second 5% impact generated an additional $26,250 in revenue. Let's project what this could look like when we successfully implement our 12 modules with just a 5% impact in each area. You can see that if we simply added our 12 5% increases together, we total 60%. But because of the power of compounding impacts, we actually see a 79.6% impact. That's an additional 19.6% increase. Instead of achieving an additional $300,000 in revenue, we would actually generate $397,928 in revenue. That's a stunning $97,928 increase in total revenue. But the news gets even better. Notice in this chart that we have our 79.6% expected increase in revenue. That represents $397,928. Since we have a 50% gross profit margin, we'll make an additional $198,964 in profit. Now, compare that to your current profit of $100,000, and you've just achieved a 199% profit increase. And if we can cement those changes in place with good policies and procedures, that impact should last at least 5 years. So that equals a $994,820 total profit impact. Do you see why we say with a relative confidence that we can help you double your profits? In fact, we don't need to see a 5% growth in each area, although we're going to aim for much higher than 5%. We only need a 2.85% increase in each of these 12 areas to double your profits. Our chart would then look like this. Here's the key to this group. We bring the teaching. We give you the checklists. We give you the worksheets. We give you the action steps. We answer your questions. We help you solve your problems. But you have to do the work. You have to implement. You have to want this. Unless you're willing to do your part, then all you'll receive is some intellectual entertainment. But I want to encourage you to put in an effort that you can look back upon with respect. Do that, and you'll see your revenue and profits grow. Come prepared. Come ready to play full out and help the others in your group. And they'll come prepared to help you. And together, we're going to establish a strong foundation in your business upon which you can build for years to come. I'll see you inside.